Meeting is being live streamed. Okay. Yes.
Okay. So I will be starting in a second. Hello, everyone. Welcome to IAGB's month-long Republic Day celebration. We are very excited to have you all here today. This is our third Junior Shark Tank competition in partnership with TRI Boston. Our goal is to give the platform to all of you young minds there to express your innovative ideas, get a flavor for the business world, and get feedback from the real sharks out there on your business ideas. So without further ado, I'm going to pass on the mic to Santosh, who is going to coordinate this competition. Thank you.
Thanks, Vaishali. Thank you very much. I just wanted to basically start with IAGB is a 60-year-old New England organization. We, as IAGB, we have a youth engagement as one of the initiative, and every committee works towards it. For the last 3 years, we are doing the Shark Tank for the middle school and the high school kid. This year, with Vaishali's leadership, we started the teeny tiny sharks also. I think we'll be showing some videos in between the break. So you all should watch, and it will be amazing to see those small kids. In today's competition is basically we have 5 teams in Group A for the middle school and 3 teams in Group B for the high school kids. Objective of the competition, as Vaishali said, is to provide platform to all our school kids to present their unique creative ideas in a professional manner in front of a successful professional entrepreneurs who are founders, investors, as well as the educators. One of the biggest takeaways from this competition is every participant is going to get a feedback, suggestions, which will help them to take their dream projects to the next level. That is very important. You guys are getting the suggestions, the feedback at the right time where you have time with you and you can improve yourself and you can achieve your dreams. This is very important, and IAGB is definitely providing that platform. So in my opinion, in this competition, every participant is the winner. They are taking something with them. With that being said, I would like to hand over microphone to Cynthia Raj, who is the IAGB youth volunteer, to coordinate this competition. Cynthia, please take over.
All right, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Cynthia Rajesh Khanna. I'm a senior from Massachusetts, and I'm an aspiring entrepreneur with what I like to call an appreciation for innovation. So I'm very much in my element with the Shark Tank competition. I actually helped coordinate and host last year's competition as well. So now let's introduce our amazing and highly accomplished judges. First off, we have Thomas Arul. He's a serial entrepreneur, technologist, investor, blockchain evangelist, and public speaker with over 25 years of experience. He's based out of Boston, and he has co-founded 2 successful startups, and he currently sits on multiple boards. Next up, we have Katie Meller. She is the Thai program director. She's been highly engaged in mentoring and guiding young entrepreneurs for the last 3 years in the New England region. I myself was one of her students. Then next, we have Vinnie Nijawan. He is an investor, entrepreneur, and strategic visionary. He has conceived and built technology organizations that have been acquired by Fortune 500 companies. Next up, we have Santosh Salvi. He is a serial entrepreneur as well. He is the owner of Unique System Skills, LLC, which essentially is a global IT staffing, licensed IT training institute and consulting services company with offices at 3 different locations. He is also the owner of Salvi Enterprise, LLC, which is a real estate investing company. Last but not least, we have Amrita Seigol. She is the founder of Kudos, a cutting-edge and high-performing sustainable baby diaper brand that launched in June of 2021. Prior to Kudos, Amrita co-founded Sati, now one of India's leading manufacturers of eco-friendly sanitary pads made from waste banana tree fiber. Amrita grew up in Burlington and graduated with an SB in mechanical engineering from MIT and an MBA from Harvard Business School. So those are all of our wonderful judges. Thank you so much for agreeing to be part of this. You're really helping out a lot of amazing young aspiring entrepreneurs today. So with that, let's establish a few rules for this competition. We have two different categories, as mentioned: high school for grades 9 through 12 and middle school for grades 5 through 8. The high school students will be pitching first, and then afterwards we'll transition and the middle school students will pitch. So each team is going to have 5 minutes to pitch, and the judges will have time to ask questions afterwards. And then also the judges will have time to note down their scores privately. I will call on the teams to pitch, and I'll also notify you as you approach the 5-minute mark. So let's now transition to the high school category. We have 3 teams competing in this category with students from 9th grade to 12th grade. So first off, please give a warm welcome to Gaurang Karpe. He is here today to pitch Burfi Bar. So again, you have 5 minutes to pitch, and then the judges will ask questions afterwards. So whenever you're ready, you may begin speaking and your time will start.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Gaurang Karpe. I'm a senior from Chelmsford High School, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to showcase my project. Today, this concept is coming from my childhood memory from my grandma preparing something similar to this during the winter. I didn't know the importance of this back then, but looking back at it now, it's actually helped me a lot more looking back at it. So today, we're going to be talking about the Funergic seed, which is extremely healthy for us to keep our bodies stay warm from the winter or even keeping away from diseases. The Funergic seeds also help strengthen our bones and joints. I would call this as like a grandma's recipe, as it is passed down from generations, and I'm also proposing some interest from the current generations. As you know, not very many people thought about what they ate back in the days, or even currently. But as the new generations are coming through, more people are looking into their daily habits, their low calories, and actually focusing on healthy habits. The Funergic seeds has low calories and affects as long as over a year. I'm sure all of us are aware, or at least in most of the Asian countries are aware, that Funergic seeds are very healthy for us. It is considered as a magical herb, as it is low in cholesterol, helps fight diabetes, and helps maintain a good metabolism. It also prevents constipation, hair loss, and weight loss. As I know, as in my experience and my knowledge, there isn't many different type of bars in the community right now that may include Funergic seeds. So I wanted to try something of my own and create it. Let's talk about my product. What happens if you buy a regular sweet today? We generally won't look into the calories or the ingredients as much as some people do. And if you eat too many sugar or too many type of sweets, it will end up building sugars and could end up leading to fat. And I wanted to try this to turn this whole story around in a single aspect that is organic, energetic, and nutritious Burfi bars. It is a natural, organic, and short ingredients list. When you try it, you should try to taste the nutritions bar like Funergic seeds, almonds, dates, apricots, pistachios, walnuts, figs, and other amazing natural ingredients like turmeric, ghee, dry ginger. It also gives like a nice crunch to it and gives lots of nutritions and could be sweetened through jaggery, which helps detoxifying the liver, purifying the blood, control blood pressure, and even prevent anemia. It also helps with digestion. There's 3 types of Burpee bars that could be eaten by kids all the way up to old people or higher age people. So there's 3 options, which is the sweet tooth, which includes dry fruits, jaggery, fenugreek seeds, and ghee. There's another one, which is the chocolate lover, which includes chocolate in it. And then we also have one for the diabetic friendly ones, which has fenugreek seeds, turmeric, dry ginger, and ghee. The shelf life is around 6 months, and it does not require refrigerators. Preservation is free, it's gluten-free, and it's also eco-friendly. Why fenugreek seeds are so helpful in diabetes? Fenugreek seed has proven to have a hypoglycemic effect on the body, which helps in this case. This means that also fiber content is responsible for lowering blood sugar levels by slowing down the digestion of food, even in type 2 diabetic patients. Why fenugreek seeds are used as stability? Due to the contents in high fiber, protein, gum content, also used as food stabilizer, adhesive, and humidifying agent due to its contents like high fiber, protein, and gum used as that. So some of the ingredients, which is 200 milligrams or 1 cup of methi, which is also fenugreek seeds. The other is 2 cups of wheat flour, 1 cup of date powder, 1 cup of ghee, and 2.5 tablespoons of dry ginger powder, 1 cup of almonds, finely chopped, 10 to 15 cashews, finely chopped, and 500 milligrams of jaggery.
Thank you for your amazing pitch. So now the judges will have the opportunity to ask questions. So if anyone would like to unmute and pose your question, you can do that.
You got me hungry in the morning by talking about all these ingredients. But you never talked about what are you trying to do with it? Like, what is the price point? Where are you in the business? You only talked about what these amazing ingredients do, but you never talked about anything about the business. What is the idea? Where are you? What is the plan? What is the pricing? I didn't hear anything about that.
So the pricing would be around like $1 per bar, looking back like all the ingredients. And the current business marketing is kind of still in like the talking of it. I don't like fully know where to like I know like a base plan, but not like a fully expansional plan. So.
Okay, Gaurang, I also have a question related to the feasibility of the product, because you need to have a FDA approval and all. Have you thought about that? Because I didn't see anything on the slide also about you are right now selling this within your group or some people, right?
Right.
I don't see any kind of a plan which says that these are the steps which will take to get the FDA approval or whatever the approval is required from the US department. Without that, you cannot just go and expand. So that is what was missing in the slides and everywhere. I just wanted to give you that feedback. You might be at the initial stage, but I feel like you need to go a little bit more in deep.
No, I understand that. I'll definitely look into that more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gaurang,
Go ahead.
okay, great. So just wanted to ask, have you already priced out what all the costs are going to look like for this and like what your profit margin could be? That's like one question. And then my second question is, where do you plan to actually make these? Because you can't make them, you can't sell something that you're making at home. You'd have to do it in a commercial kitchen. So have you been able to look into the feasibility of where you can actually manufacture this?
So can you repeat the first questions? If you don't mind?
The first question is just around what, do you know I know you said you want to sell it for about $1. Do you know what your costs are so that you know what your profit margin would be?
So the cost to initially make this would be around like 70 cents to about 80 cents. So what do you call it? My gain wouldn't be as much, but I'm not really like doing this like the money aspect of it. It's more to like help people kind of like with all these other ingredients and kind of help them maintain like a good health throughout like what has been going on with the pandemic.
Okay.
And then with your second question, I haven't like really, I kind of looked into, kind of haven't. So we were gonna either end up buying like a mini factory or like just like a little store where we would get everything like FDA approved as what the mentors was saying and pretty much go off from there. Or like have like a mini store as like a startup business.
So sorry for cutting you off, Amrita. Sorry about that. I was curious about, it's a pretty saturated market, especially here in the US with health bars. What do you think, how might you play up your differentiators to make sure that people know who you are and are aware of your brand?
So with this brand, in my experience and like my experience with health bars, I haven't seen any health bars with like Funergic seeds in it. So that could like really differentiate us from others. And it has like with Funergic seeds, there's a lot more, what do you call it? Like there's a lot more benefits with it instead of just like other bars, since they don't contain like this ingredients or specific ingredients as we do. And there's also like customizable. So if you don't want something or if you need like extra added something, we'll be able to do that for you.
Yeah, there's actually surprisingly new energy bar companies popping up pretty regularly. And I don't know what their success rate is, but there are a couple recent ones local ones that you should take a look at. One is Verb, started by a few Yale students, and they actually have raised money, for the energy bar. It's kind of surprising. I think Amrita is right. I mean, you have to go to a commercial kitchen. I would definitely look at Commonwealth Kitchen as a good place to start, if you're serious about this. And they can provide you lots of entrepreneurial support as well, because that's all they do. They help, new food companies launch. And the regulatory side is not as onerous as, bring a new vaccine to the market. So the FDA doesn't really regulate this. So.
No, I understand that. Thank you though. I definitely look into that.
All right, I think all of the judges have shared their feedback and questions. If there's anything else, you can feel free to jump in at this time, or we can move on to the next team. Okay, so moving on to the next team in this category, please give a warm welcome to Kuhu Baji, Akshika Chawade, and Nikki Murthy. They are here today to pitch Period Talk, so you will have your 5 minutes. And again, the judges will ask questions at the end. So whenever you're ready, you can start speaking and I'll start your time.
Great, thank you. Hi, Sharks. Today, we want to talk to you about something that makes us uncomfortable for 7 days every month and might make you slightly uncomfortable for the next 5 minutes, periods. My name is Kuhu. These are my partners, Nikki and Akshika, and we are the co-founders of Period Talk, a startup dedicated to destigmatizing and degendering menstruation. Although menstrual shame is often trivialized, the reality is it has significant consequences across global communities, including lengthy absences from school, transphobia towards non-female transgender menstruators, and inaccessibility to essential period products. Through our research, we have identified the 2 root causes of pervasive period stigma and its consequences. Number 1, uncomfortable, antiquated menstrual products and exclusive marketing, which make the transition into menstruation burdensome. And number 2, the lack of period education and conversation in communities globally.
Period Talk tackles both of these issues. Let's start with our unique redesigned menstrual product. For those of you who may be unfamiliar, this is a standard sanitary pad. This traditional, outdated product is made largely of plastic and causes significant environmental damage. Period products generate more than 200,000 tons of waste per year, and a single pad takes nearly 800 years to decompose. In addition to environmental repercussions, traditional sanitary pads have been proven to cause discomfort but have never been fundamentally redesigned. They also expose sanitary workers and menstruators to unhygienic menstrual fluid. Period Talk has created a unique patent-pending sanitary pad design with a drawstring disposal mechanism that encloses all exposed fluid and makes it easy for menstruators of all ages and genders to dispose of the product. This design is cotton-based, making it biodegradable and allows for menstruators in rural areas to dispose of the product easily and safely. Allow me to demonstrate.
When a user disposes of the pad, they may pull the string, safely and completely enclosing all menstrual fluid, making the disposal process efficient and hygienic. Thank you, Akshika. In addition to our novel pad design, our product is also differentiated through its inclusive marketing. All menstrual product companies currently on the market exclusively target women, which can be extremely damaging for menstruators who have transitioned from female to male, non-binary, or other genders. This is backed by our extensive surveys and customer validation. Through marketing for our online retail service, Period Talk will reach menstruators of all genders, and we target the age range of 13 to 25 years, expanding by location and age as our company evolves. Now, let's delve into our business model. Once the benefits of mass production for our unit cost have kicked in at year 3, our unit price will be at 50 cents, making our product competitive with current market options. We're also absorbing the cost of the pink tax, which is the luxury tax placed on menstrual products. By year 3, we plan on selling 1 million sanitary pads and gaining revenue of $500,000. All costs combined, we'll be making a 65% profit, which will continue to expand as our unit cost decreases. Our growth each year will broaden exponentially due to expanded marketing through increased R&D to target a greater audience.
The second problem that we are targeting revolves around social destigmatization and empowerment. As you can see on Akshika's screen, in the last 4 months, Period Talk has launched 23 chapters as a part of the Period Talk chapter program. These chapters span across 8 countries, including Canada, Mexico, Sweden, the Netherlands, UK, and Ghana. From period product drives for immigrant shelters in Texas to initiatives with local parliament in rural UK, these chapters are fundamentally changing the approach to period education accessibility in their communities. Through this social work and our 33,000 social media followers, we are able to reach a large audience and establish a welcoming community where we have many customers to support our product once it is released.
Our journey so far has been attained with extremely minimal funding. However, our next steps require your help. Sharks, we are asking for $100,000 in exchange for 10% equity. 15% of this funding will be used to finance our non-provisional patent, 50% will be used to manufacture our product and distribute it to users, and the last 35% will be used to further our marketing efforts as we expand our audience and our platform. With your help, we can continue our journey to destigmatize periods and increase accessibility to comfortable menstrual products. Sharks, let's redefine periods one cycle at a time. Let's Period Talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Period Talk, for your amazing pitch. So judges, at this time, you can ask your questions.
You gotta push this to Amrita, right?
Great job. I think you guys are onto something. So a few questions. So one is, how are you guys thinking about manufacturing these products and setting that up? Because this is obviously difficult to put the string in, and everything is obviously a difficult thing to attain, and doing it by hand is not going to work. So what have you guys already looked into manufacturing equipment and how you would do that?
Yes, so we've been speaking with many manufacturing experts on potential ways we could manufacture our product. And we are brainstorming some ways we could potentially put it together. And we do plan on reaching out to other official manufacturers soon, so we can come up with a good idea for logistics and what is the best way to kind of put this design together.
So to elaborate a bit, just to get into like a little bit of specifics, with the manufacturers we've talked to, it seems like the best way would be through thermal molding, where the string would be molded in between the layers instead of kind of like threaded through. So one layer and then string on top, and then the last one is molded.
Okay. And then, and just curious, like, do you have a rough sense of like how much this would cost?
Yeah, so we don't have a unit cost that comes directly from manufacturers, but we've looked at a lot of other products on the market, and we've estimated about a 20 to 30 cent cost per pad. And we're also expecting the cost to decrease as we manufacture more and more in bulk.
Okay. And then my other question is, like, what is your strategy around go to market? How are you planning to get the word out there and get people to use this product? And how did you guys kind of come around this idea that the throwing away of the product is a big concern for people?
So in the beginning of our company, in the early stages, we did a lot of customer validation where we talked to people our own age, since that's our primary market, just about their concerns with using the product. And we realized that a big problem is that for the users themselves, there's a lot of discomfort surrounding the disposal aspect. When you're in a public setting or a public restroom and you need to throw away this product, there's no real good way to do it that doesn't involve making contact with menstrual fluid. So a lot of individuals are required to like manually fold up the pad and then wrap it in an additional layer of toilet paper before throwing it away, which wastes more paper as well. And then in a public setting, as was previously mentioned, it can be harmful for sanitary workers. In terms of getting the word out, as we said, we have chapters in 8 countries right now. Each chapter out of our 25 has around 5 to 10 members. So that's how we want to initially get the word out. We've also begun expanding our social media platform, which has been a really efficient way of getting the word out around our product. And we've seen a lot of engagement there with our 33,000 followers.
Santosh here. Amazing presentation. Excellent job as a team. I just have a question about you're in the market where it's very crowded, okay, and lots of big competitors are there, okay. Now, have you decided like any particular geographical location you are going to do the marketing or the selling? Because you cannot go everywhere. You need to basically go at a particular location or demographics and try to prove yourself and have some kind of a success story to build on, because it is going to take a lot of money in marketing and spreading the word out. So have you decided anything in that direction? Because your cost and everything will be depending on what is your geographical area or the demographics.
Yeah. So thank you so much for the feedback as well. I think Kuhu, if we're able to pull up the target market background, but we're planning on starting in Massachusetts just because we have the biggest access to the market here. And we're doing the age range of younger menstruators from 10 to 25 years old, because we know that those are the ones who generally use non-invasive products, which are sanitary pads, and they also tend to find most discomfort with the sanitary pad. So we are planning on starting in Massachusetts, and then hopefully we can evolve and expand to the United States. And kind of our global chapters, we're hoping to use those for getting the word out about a company, but the actual selling of the products, we're starting locally.
Yeah, this is Thomas here. Great presentation. Really quick feedback is that I'm amazed that you girls took up this initiative. So I'll be happy to introduce you to Desai Foundation. They are good friends of us, and they do a great work of helping more than 1 million women get sanitary napkins in India. Probably they could, we can try to talk to them and convince them to invest also. So I'll be happy to do the introduction.
Yeah, that would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really great presentation. You guys are very polished. You've obviously put quite a bit of thought and time into this. And I think really understanding kind of that initial niche market that's going to really value your product is going to be critical. And it could be others like you. So, the same demographic, kind of age, Massachusetts space. or you may just discover through your, outreach and social media outreach, it could be another niche. And I think it's really important to get that because, a lot of these consumer products, really succeed by dominating a niche initially.
Yeah.
And so finding that right niche and sort of really dominating will be critical.
Thank you so much. And that's actually something. So when we started marketing on social media and started posting about our company, we came across the large issue of menstruators who don't identify as female. And that's not really something that we had thought of as a big issue before. But when we started reading people's feedback, they were talking about how menstrual companies that specifically target women, it gives people, it can give people gender dysphoria and a lot of other harmful issues. So we're actually really hoping to continue expand and find new niches like that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, think about quantifying that market, right? So I think that's a really good one. But try to figure out what the numbers are and by geography. Because if it's too spread out and too small numbers, that gets hard for you, right? Because you really want to launch locally first. So it's a bunch of criteria you have to look at to decide kind of what the right niche is. But you guys are on the right track.
Thank you.
And I just want to say congrats on growing your socials so quickly. That's not easy. And so you guys are obviously putting out good content there.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Period Talk. Great pitch. Really, really well done. I also appreciated the use of background so we could get some visuals as well. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
All right, I think that's all the feedback from the judges. So once again, thank you, Period Talk, for your pitch. Really good job. For our final team in this category, let's welcome Rui do Rosario. They are here to pitch wheelies today. So again, you know the drill, 5 minutes, and then the judges will ask questions at the end. So whenever you're ready, you can speak.
Thank you, Sharks. My name is Rui do Rosario, and I'm here to talk about my company, Wheelies. Wheelies is a not-for-profit company that repurposes used tires into eco-friendly shoes. But first, what is the problem behind our cause? Sharks. Did you know that the majority of the 300 million tires disposed every year go into landfills in the US alone? These tires, made of unnatural materials, pollute the earth with toxins. Furthermore, it takes more than 2,000 years for a tire to decompose. In short, these masses of tires will continue to harm our environment as long as they're around. However, I propose a solution: Wheelies. Wheelies plans to repurpose these landfill tires to create shoe soles for our footwear. Using the tire's tread rubber, we can create a sole that has the perfect traction, hardness, and thickness. Looking into the future, our vision is to repurpose every used tire into eco-friendly shoes. So how will we accomplish this? Well, as of right now, we are moving past our prototype stage. Over the summer and fall, we created our first 2 prototypes. During the summer, we made our first prototype using a truck tread tire and a pair of flip-flops. As you can see, the shoe looks relatively well made with the tire sole, but if you try and wear it, you'll find that it has no comfort on the feet. After some advice with an actual tire expert, we decided to use passenger tire tread. This is the type of tread that you have on your cars and every other person driving on the road today. In the fall, we made this with we made our second prototype with passenger tire tread, and this prototype was much better than the first. When I wore it to school, I could run, stop, and walk with relative ease. And best of all, it had a nice, it had a tire pattern on it to give our customers a basic look at what the tire was like. So now, as we move past our prototype stage, we're going to be finalizing our model so that we can start production. We're collaborating right now with a manufacturer overseas to pick the exact specifications of our shoe, like its color, materials, and size. Once we have the final model, we will start a Kickstarter to raise the funds for our first limited drop. With the necessary funds, we will begin production in an overseas manufacturer at about 1,000 pairs as their first limited drop. After production, we will start selling our shoes at about $100 using an online direct-to-consumer model on our website and as well as Amazon FBA. In addition to the shoe design, obtainment of materials, production, selling will also be marketing to environmentally conscious, wealthy adults. These are consumers who want to buy fashion with a positive impact on the environment. So to advertise Wheelies, we'll use social media outlets as our primary marketing tool. We plan to feature Wheelies on social media accounts that focus on sustainability. Additionally, we're hoping that we can gain many celebrity influencers endorsements so that we can have some public recognition. Sharks, you must also be wondering what our market looks like, or even if there is one. Well, fear no more. Wheelies can answer all your inquiries. There have been many studies that show that consumers are looking to buy sustainable fashion like ours. We have received many compliments throughout our journey. Like if we wore the shoes, we would receive many compliments, how they look nice, how it's a cool idea. Or we've also received funding from other places that clearly show that people are supporting us. So there's clearly a market that we can tackle. In fact, the non-athletic footwear market was valued at about $4 billion in 2019, with a compounded annual growth rate of about 5.8%. Of this $4 billion, which is our total available market, approximately $1 billion is online, which is our serviceable available market. Wheelies predicts that we can capture about 100 million of this market, making this figure our serviceable obtainable market. But what enables us to capture the share of the market? We simply have a better edge over our competitors. While many sustainable fashion brands like Allbirds or Indosol advertise footwear as eco-friendly, our shoe gives the customer a tangible sign of our cause. Demonstrated by our prototype, Wheelie shoes looks and feels like what we're trying to solve. Use tires. Therefore, unlike our competitors, we paint a clear picture of the problem and our solution. Additionally, Wheelies repurposes polluting materials rather than extracting clean new materials. So we are turning bad into good rather than just substituting the former for the latter. Finally, Sharks, what are we asking for? Say we ask for about $50K to fund our first limited drop, which we plan to release in 3 months. These funds will be used to account for our shoe design, production, shipping, marketing, and finally selling. Thank you for listening, Sharks. I hope you will join us on our journey to save the environment. I can now take your questions.
Thank you, Wheelies. That was a great pitch. So, yep, judges, you can ask your questions.
Yeah, I'm curious, Rui, are you thinking about a retrofit market, meaning adding your tire soles to existing shoes, or to create new branded shoes?
Thank you for the question. So we actually do plan to create new shoes. With our manufacturer, we'll basically be importing the tire tread for them so that they can basically create the shoe sole as well as the top part of the shoe and basically just merge the two together.
And so have you decided which shoe types you're going to start with?
After our second prototype, here it is again. We decided that our shoe would basically be for, like, as we like to call it the workman's boot. Basically just like a casual shoe that a businessman might wear, or someone who's like a construction worker. These are the type of shoes we would not be wearing, not necessarily like sneaker running shoes or flip-flops. Thank you.
Okay, got it.
Santosh here. Nice presentation. I just have a couple of questions. Number one is, who is helping you along with, is there any team or you're wearing all the hats?
No, that might be too much of a big burden for me. My dad, who has a lot of expertise in basically marketing a business, he's advising me throughout this process. He has many connections with like manufacturers or business people, and his cousin was also a Bridgestone tire executive, and he knows lots about tires. He's the one who told us not to use truck tread tire like we did for our first prototype, but to use passenger tire like we did for our second. So he's also been a really big step, but that's basically it.
So, and second question is, you're asking for 50,000. Can you tell me your 3 near-term milestone which you want to achieve with this 50,000 in terms of numbers? Okay, means money wise or the customer wise, how many shoes you will sell to what market?
Yeah, so this 50K is going to be used for our first limited drop, and this drop will be about 1,000 pairs. We anticipate that it will probably cost around $20. So 20K will be devoted to the production of this. And we anticipate that we're going to be able to sell these 1,000 at about $100 each. So that's about $100,000. So we anticipate we'll have at least 50K in profits if when we sell these 1,000 pairs. That's the milestone we're aiming for right now. Thank you.
Yeah, a great presentation, Rosario. My quick question is, I know it's shoes are very hard to manufacture because they have different sizes, there's different gender types. Ladies' shoe sizes are different, and men's shoe sizes are different. So isn't it easy to go with a low hanging fruit? Could be flip flops, like especially come with a story that these. I think a lot of tires are thrown in the ocean. You can ocean salvage tires. You can general neutral flip flops, which is much more easier to do. I don't know. Do you think about flip flops because it's much more easier to sell manufacture and it can have some universal sizes or gender neutral sizes. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, our original goal was to make flip flops, but once we had made our second prototype, we really liked the amount of traction, the amount of comfort the tire tread really gives on a shoe. And our competitors, one of our competitors already goes into the flip-flop brand. And personally, I think that is really just limited to our market, because if we only sold flip-flops, we might not get much people in New England buying our shoe because, they can only wear for half of the year. We might only get people from Florida, California. If we had a shoe where business people have to wear every day, regardless of where you work, or you're a construction worker or teacher and you have a formal dress code, no matter where you work, you still have to wear a formal shoe, which Wheelies provides.
Really great job. Question, have you looked into how a tire tread bottom shoe would compare in regards to longevity of the shoe compared to a normal sole of a shoe?
Yeah, we discussed this. We discussed how long the tire sole would last with my dad's cousin, the Bridgestone tire executive. He said that basically if a tire can last many years on a 1,000-pound car, then what if it was on the bottom of a human's foot on a shoe, it would be able to last quite a long time as well, compared to any other shoe, just because the tire was made primarily to last on heavy duty roads.
One question here, Rui. Great presentation. What is when you made these prototypes, what's the process that you need to do in order to take these tires to clean them and cut them? What does that look like to take it from the tire form to the shoe form for the rubber sole?
Yeah. So for the first prototype, we went to a tire barn in Massachusetts, and they gave us a sample piece of tire tread. What they do over there is basically they put new tread on truck tires. So they gave us a sample of this. It was probably new tread. We just wanted to see if the concept of tire shoes worked. But for the second prototype, we know my dad's cousin called basically a lab in Ohio that basically took a used tire and basically skinned all the metal belts, all the wires in the tire, so that you only have the tread. And the cobbler who we hired to basically put the shoe and the tire together, he basically cut the tire tread. It was in a belt, and he basically shaped the shoe sole. He drew the sole shape onto the belt, basically cut it, and then he sanded it, and then he glued it together.
Okay, great. And are you guys targeting, is this going to be targeted to men and women when you first start, or is it focused in one area? Is there a niche you're starting with, or it's just we're going to try everything first?
We're targeting, we haven't necessarily thought about men or women, but we anticipate that both men and women will accept this because our shoe applies to basically just the working class, people who need to wear formal, casual shoes to their occupations, regardless of what gender they necessarily are. But we do know that we will be targeting to adults who have in mind to have, they buy products that have a positive impact on the environments.
Okay, so the goal is to have both like male and female style shoes.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Welcome.
Okay, so I think all of the judges have spoken. That concludes the pitches for this category. Thank you, Wheelies. That was a great pitch. So now we're going to move on to the middle school category. So our younger students here today. So we actually have 5 teams competing today in the middle school category. So this is, again, grades 5th grade to 8th grade. So let's give a warm welcome to Pradnya Kalagi, Ravina Arun, Dia Shanoy, Ria Vyas, and Nichelle Thinagar. They're going to be pitching amicus today. So again, the rules are the same, 5 minutes to pitch, and afterwards the judges will ask their questions. So whenever you guys are ready, you can unmute and start pitching.
Good morning, Sharks. So we had a lot of fun designing this idea. So we wanted to present it to you in an equally fun skit. May we begin?
Yes.
Oh, we already ran out of cat food. Looks like I'm going to have to go back to Walmart again. And I just went there 2 days ago.
Oh, hi, Kate. I heard just now that you go shopping super often. I only have to go grocery shopping once every 5 weeks.
What? What do you use? Amazon? DoorDash?
Nope, I use Amicus. It's a whole new way to shop with your neighbors.
Amicus in the house!
That's right, y'all. Amicus is a whole new way to shop with your neighbors. Amicus comes with an app that helps you connect with your neighbors. Neighbors help each other bargain when shopping for other neighbors. In your group, you only have to go once every month. Only once a month? Yeah, once a month. It's based on how many people occupy your group and how often you go shopping in an ongoing loop.
Oh, well, it seems like it could be worth a few minutes of my time. So how does it work?
It's so easy to use. I can add any item from all the local stores. As she said before, the neighbors in the group all take turns shopping for items for everyone. I can look at all of the local stores' entire catalogs and pick whatever I want. Walmart selling vegan smoothies, kale chips.
Once you find an item of interest you add it to the cart, you think, wow, that's a great start. And the cart has all the added items from all people in the group. So you're not working harder, you're working a lot smarter.
Working a lot smarter. The app really is smart. It lets me know when it's my turn to pick up items on my way back from my Zumba class. The app knows that I go there 3 times a week, so it's no trouble. Whenever I'm picking up my group's groceries, I get a message 30 minutes before I leave. Amicus shows a map that lets the store's employees know that I'm coming. And when I get there, the people at the retail store put the groceries right in my cart for me.
That's right. Amicus has partnerships with stores like us at Walmart. Chris P. Bacon, CEO of Walmart. Pleasure to meet you. We love Amicus because it's not just an app. It's a whole new business model that builds synergy with local stores like ours. It means that Amicus users like Iris buy in larger quantities, and it also means that we don't have to compete with other shippers like those smiley box people. We want to focus on building neighborhood customer networks, not just retail transactions.
You pick your items up your location with your permission. Of course, they'll be sent to your neighbors so they know you're on course. Your items will be safe while driving from afar. And once you reach your neighbor's house, they'll take the items from your car.
Straight from my car? But there's got to be a catch. Are you engaging in monkey labor or polluting the planet?
No, Amicus does just the opposite. According to research done by the Amicus team, you spend 833% more fuel per item driving to the store than the journey all the way from the factories in China to the store.
Not only does it save the environment, it saves time. Did you know what? In a store, a person spends 1/50th of their life.
1/50th of my life? What's in it for you, Amicus, though? Are you just selling my data?
Don't worry, yo. Amicus has a great business plan that allows us to grow while keeping Amicus free for all customers, my bro.
You've got that right. Amicus's total addressable market in suburban US shoppers is approximately $292 billion. Of the serviceable addressable market, we expect that Amicus revenue could be as high as $3 billion per year. How did we get that number? Well, we, the retailers, provide a 6% discount every time you go through the order and delivery process. 5% is shared between the users, and that 1% goes to Amicus, so we can continue working together to have happy, long-term customers.
If Caterai leaves our neighborhood group, neither of us gets the discount, but I don't have to worry about that. We'll always be besties.
Sure. But how is this any different from things like Instacart or DoorDash?
These are great examples of delivery services, but none of them target the same people or purposes. These both employ people you've never met before, and the long journey from factory to your door won't help with carbon emissions raising temperature floors.
So long, Paris Accord. And none of these benefit the retailer half as much either. Because of Amicus, our customer retention has improved tremendously, and we have new customers excited to try the service.
Wow!
Both Instacart and DoorDash are almost hit and run for the retailer. In the end, the user gets their individual product, but we, the retailer, never get to create and nurture a relationship with them.
I'm really impressed with this idea. Amicus is so amazing. It's a solution that benefits the environment, retailers, and customers.
We've already gotten a lot of traction with expert interviews, our Figma prototype, and surveys we sent out. We'd really love to tell you more about this and our plans for the future in the Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amicus. That was a really vibrant pitch. So now, judges, you guys can ask your questions and provide your feedback.
That was awesome, guys. That was a very, very, very innovative, entertaining presentation. So hats off to you guys for pulling that off. So just wanted to ask, how much have you guys actually tried this with real customers yet? And how far are you guys in the process?
So we've shared our idea with several experts who are also our target users, suburban US shoppers who live in neighborhoods and trust some of their neighbors. We do have a plan for the future, and currently we are in phase 0 of that plan. Phase 0 covers our learning, joining the TYE contest, patenting our idea, and taking classes on Coursera. After that comes phase 1. This is a test market with maybe a couple retailers and a couple neighborhoods, just to see how people will react and how the market will react. After that, the phases after that, we'll have more neighborhoods and more retailers so we can have a wider reach.
Great job, team. I just want to echo, that was a lot of fun. Really innovative and a cool idea to portray the pitch that way. Have you seen, when talking to potential customers, when you're talking to these experts, are there a theme in regards to what grocery stores they want available? I'd imagine uploading all grocery stores' inventory would be rather challenging. So are there specific stores that you want to start with that you're finding are more relevant for your customers?
So for our product, we're planning to start with local stores because we have a more sound partnership with them because of how much they benefit off of us from using us to get a lot of customers, like we said in the skit, customers who buy in bulk because they're buying for their whole neighborhood. And these customers will stay with them because they obviously want to get the discounts that come along with using Amicus.
From there, we hope to attract the attention of more and more retailers so we can expand our company.
Yeah, a great presentation, very powerful. But I think you guys are trying to solve multi-billion-dollar problem. I think it's very ambitious at this time, but I'm in the retail side. It's very hard to get a lot of this implemented. So my recommendation is to go a little smaller, because one good example could be is that during the pandemic, a lot of the senior citizens and stuff, they didn't have someone to help them pick their groceries. So I don't know whether I'll trust the grocery with my neighbor, because a lot of Instacart, DoorDash, as well as you drive by, Stop and Shop and Whole Foods offer a lot of the free delivery, or it's much more easier. But you can tackle a small problem like helping senior citizens. They can tie up with something called Nextdoor app, which connects the local neighborhood. So try something small, pilot proof of concept with them, or with the local store. Then try to grow, because it's very hard to go get a retailer sign up with you guys and load the inventory. It's not easy. The whole process is going to be very difficult. So start small in the neighborhood with probably senior citizens, or somewhere you can pilot whether a group of people in the neighborhood can help with the product for the grocery delivery. Then try to grow. But great pitch though.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really curious how you came up with this idea.
So this originally started as a project in a thing called First Lego League. So that is a competition we've been participating in for about 4 years now. In that, every year you get a design prompt. So it's basically a field of issues, and in that field of issues, you can focus on a certain problem. This year, the prompt was cargo. So they wanted us to make a more efficient or safer way to deliver cargo to people or just transport it. So for us, this was the last mile problem. Ravina, do you want to elaborate?
Sure. So to find our problem, we created a scenario where a member of our team would like a book. So we did a lot of research and multiple calculations to find that it took more fuel per item, specifically 833% more fuel per item, to go to a local retail store, say Barnes & Noble's in this example, than it takes for a cargo ship to go from a factory in China all the way to Barnes & Noble's.
Yes, and oh, sorry,
No, go
go
ahead.
ahead. Okay. So while coming up with this idea, we did a lot of brainstorming, and we had a lot of ideas in the beginning, and we put them on sticky notes up on our wall, and we called them our wacky ideas. We just let our imagination run wild, and to narrow down this, all of our ideas, we put them into a graph of innovation and impact. And we also talked to many experts and now you see the final product before you.
And we also looked at a lot of current solutions. So like you mentioned, one of the things we looked at was Nextdoor. Nextdoor targets a lot of things, but we focus really on shopping. And we have built our entire concept off of the concept of trust with neighbors. And unlike Nextdoor, we're not trying to shoehorn you into joining larger networks that may not include people you trust.
Yeah, that's a fabulous response. And I would just off the top of my head, I know you guys have done a lot of research, but it feels to me that restaurant delivery could be a really good initial target. Now, in the kind of urban area where I live in Cambridge, I could really see my neighbors getting excited about a run I'm doing to Dumpling House, So, it just feels like restaurants could be kind of an interesting first niche.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something to consider, because our grocery idea was really targeted at suburban shoppers. But for people like you who live in bigger cities, I think restaurant delivery is a really good thing to consider.
Yep. Santosh here, excellent presentation. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the team members. You as a team are fabulous. Everybody has the quality and you guys can synergy with each other. So keep this team very intact. Entrepreneurs is nothing but the different creative ideas. You take one idea, you do proof of concept, you test market. By any chance it doesn't work, the another idea will come. but the team is very important to be successful. So you have an excellent team. Just keep the team together, okay? About the project is basically because you guys are depending on neighbors to get the grocery and yes, and deliver it to that particular neighborhood. How you guys are going to keep those people motivated to do their job constantly without any disturbance, because everybody has last minute things to do. And if that is not getting implemented properly, do you have a backup plan? Do you have anything to fall down to so that people will believe in your brand?
So, like we said before, we have the discounts to keep the people with the service. But also, like you said, if someone has a last minute conflict, we have a system where one neighbor can trade their turn with another neighbor. So another neighbor who's available at the time can fill in for them so everyone can get their groceries. And that person still does their turn, but at a later date.
But who is monitoring it? You guys will be monitoring it, or it happens automatically? Who will
So
take
this
it
is, so there's the calendar is implemented into the app. So if there are any last minute conflicts, they're on the calendar. So the app the app sends out reminders to people, and the app lets you know, oh, it might have to be your turn this week. Someone can't do it this week. So it's mostly monitored by the app and the neighbors themselves.
Okay.
And
Great
to
job,
keep
guys.
them, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
To keep them motivated, we are thinking of adding a point system for neighbors might be getting a large amount of groceries. So we might implement a point system for that.
Thank you. Great job.
Right, I think that's it from the judges. So Amicus, again, wonderful job with your pitch. Let's move on to the next team in this category. So Ishan Sadisetti, let's welcome him. He's going to be pitching Art Lab today. So again, you have 5 minutes to pitch. So whenever you're ready, you can begin.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Ishan Sadisetti, and my company is Art Lab. We all know during COVID, it has been hard for everyone, especially kids, as we are doing online schooling and no playtime with other kids. My parents had a screen time limit, so initially I started feeling bored. I enjoy doing art very much, so one day I was looking online for art projects and I came across paper crafts. Paper crafts are a three-dimensional art made with paper. When I made my first paper craft, me and my family were thrilled to see that a simple 2D piece of paper had turned into a 3D ferocious dragon. After that day, I made more and more paper crafts. I just could not stop because it was so much fun, and it became my favorite pastime. You can ask why we don't buy toys to play with. As you know, toys were made of plastic, and this hurts the environment. Only 10% of the plastic is being recycled in the US. Our do-it-yourself 3D papercraft kits are eco-friendly and made with 100% recycled paper. Most importantly, creative activities like art have been shown to cancel boredom, relieve stress, improve creative thinking, problem-solving skills, and improves fine motor skills for kids. Not only that, once you create a beautiful art, it boosts your self-esteem and makes you feel good and accomplished. The global arts and crafts supplies market is estimated to be 40 billion in 2021 and is expected to reach 60 billion by 2026. Currently, there are 50 million kids in the US between age ranges 6 to 17 and 257 million about 18 years old. Even if we capture 1% of the market, we are talking about a market size of 3 million customers. Our business model is business-to-business model, where customers can buy our kits in major arts and crafts stores and other retail stores. Customers also can buy directly from our website. We also plan on launching subscription model, where customers can subscribe and get a new art project on a monthly basis. Thank you, Sharks, for your attention, and who wants to be part of this journey?
Okay, thank you for your pitch, Ishan. Now the judges can ask their questions.
Ishan, great job. Can you tell me a little bit more about, you talked about all these great crafts that you created. Can you tell me more about what these packages or these kits might include and what your vision is for that?
So the kits are going to include glue, scissors, and also the pre-cut templates so that our customers don't have to like cut out everything and like go to shops to buy glue and scissors. So yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Ishan, great job. I don't know how old are you, but congrats for talking so eloquently and clearly. So what are the price points to manufacture and what are the price point you're planning to sell?
Yeah, we're thinking of selling the paper crafts at $15 to $20 each.
What is it going to cost you to make it?
So to make it, we need to get the glue and scissors, and we also need to design the templates. So that would be the money we're paying to like make the kit actually.
Okay.
Ishan, Santosh here. Your presentation is amazing. Your spirit is really awesome. At your age, I was not even able to do my homework every day. So definitely hats off to you coming to the audience and presenting your idea. I just have a question about how you are going to grow the market, how you are going to go to different people or the demographics. What are your plans? Like, do you have any kind of a success so far that anybody is associating with your product and services? Do you have any groups or do you have any social marketing going on? Have you tested it initially?
Yeah, so I newly started this company, but so far we're on Amazon and Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're
and how many followers or how many members you have, or
that I don't know.
no, that's okay. I think I'm all set. Any other judges?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Amrita.
I was going to say, great presentation, really enthusiastic. You definitely have a vision. I think that's very exciting. So just curious. So you said you were just saying that are you on Amazon or you're planning to be on Amazon? Well, I didn't understand that.
Yeah, we're planning to be on Amazon.
You're planning to be on Amazon. So have you made these kits for like your friends and stuff yet? Or right now it's only been you that's been using these?
Yeah, so far, I have only been doing it. So I need to get some machines to like cut the paper for me.
Okay.
So that I don't need to hand cut everything.
Got it. Okay.
Well, I have to say that if there was a way I could just get that dragon without having to do it myself, I think I'd love that. So maybe you should think about, kind of another line, which is ready-made one.
Okay.
All right, I think the judges have all spoken. So next we have our third team. So Neil Shah, Rushi Chivukula, Avi Iyer, and they're here to pitch Connect today. So once again, you have 5 minutes to pitch and the judges will speak afterwards. So you guys can speak whenever you're ready.
Hey Sharks, I'm Avi Iyer. I'm Neil Shah.
I'm Rushi Chivukula.
We're 8th grade in Share Middle School, and we are the Connect team.
Connect is a not-for-profit social media company that is made by teens and sport teams. Connect is a purpose-built social media platform that is powered by a state-of-the-art moderation engine that is phenomenal at filtering out the undesirable effects of social media.
Connect is looking for $25,000 in initial funding to help support and build our app. Nowadays, social media has become increasingly toxic and inappropriate, and because of that, users can experience social media should be a cool place for you to be yourself and meet new people without having to fear bullying or retaliation. Another problem with social media today is the increase of automated users who should not be allowed on social media because they're not even real people.
Recently, we gave social media users in our target audience of teenagers a survey to see how their social media experience has gone for them.
According to our research, we found that a majority of users believe social media is growing in the wrong way when considering toxicity. Along with that, we discovered that a majority of people's moods are negatively impacted by what they see on social media each day.
Currently, the larger platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter mainly focus on profits rather than a safe environment. These companies certainly have the tech and budget to fix this, however, they mainly prioritize revenue. They have built a system where toxicity has fueled their revenue.
Teenagers are the most impacted group by social media misuse. For example, a 15-year-old girl died because of the TikTok trend, the Benadryl challenge. The challenge is where a teenager takes 12 Benadryl tablets and tries to hallucinate.
The poor girl did not deserve to be introduced to the trend that eventually took her life. She first encountered the TikTok trend on her TikTok For You page, which is a recommendation feed.
All right, Shark. So our solution is Connect. Connect is a non-for-profit company that prioritizes the safety of teens over revenue. Our goal is to create a top-of-the-line content moderation engine powered by artificial intelligence to remove negative aspects of social media like automated users and toxicity. What makes our engine especially different when you compare it to larger companies like Instagram and Snapchat is the unbiased. Since Connect is a not-for-profit company, any revenue we make goes right back into our company's mission, building a better social media experience. So while other companies build their engine to help support their company and their profit, Connect's engine is built free of bias, thus putting our community before profit. Connect's business model is fairly simple. Our costs will come from A, hosting, B, development, C, app store, and D, marketing costs. Our profit will come from integrated advertising and selling our content moderation engine, which is top of the line. Connect also prioritizes our relationship with our users. We guarantee all users a safe, clean, and enjoyable social media experience that they will cherish for life.
Connect has some lofty objectives, and we realize it is important for us to work on growing our user base. We plan to do this through a variety of means. First, we will go where our users are and market through existing social media, such as Snapchat and Discord. Second, Avinil and I will communicate with potential users to spread information around where we live, as teens we interviewed are very enthusiastic. Before even launching the app, we've also seen initial signs of interest from other teen-owned businesses who want to partner with us. We will also market by going to school districts and ask if we can market through their hallways. Which school district doesn't want their students to have a healthy and safe social media experience? Another one of our goals is to partner with non-for-profit organizations like NPR News, Trails to Crayons, Tide Boss, and even IAGB to provide them with an opportunity to market in the only not-for-profit social media app built specifically for teenagers. Social media companies such as TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter will be our main competitors. Although these companies are huge all around the world, they do not prioritize teen safety, which is our main priority. To wrap up, let me leave you with a couple of thoughts. Today's social media prioritizes profits over user safety. There is no available solution in the market today. Our product will fill that gap with its top-line content moderation engine and a social media app that allows users to have fun, be safe, and connect.
All right, thank you, Connect. That was a really compelling pitch. So now the judges will have their time to ask questions.
Yeah, good presentation. Where are you guys in the stage? Have a prototype, or have you developed some prototype? Where are you in the whole process of setting up this social media?
So I'm Neil, I'm the lead developer. We currently do have a prototype. We're working on building an actual app originally for iOS using Xcode. Our prototype is visible on our website. Connect.gq.
Thank you.
Yeah, a good presentation, good teamwork. I have a question about how you guys are going to differentiate from all these big company. I know that you guys are going only for the teenagers, but the logic wise that you're going to take the content out which are not good for the teenagers. Do you have any kind of a app ready with that kind of design, or you guys are going to brainstorm and try to build it later? Do you have anything ready?
So we have a small model app on our website, as Neil said earlier, but we don't have anything huge. But we do have I think this plan is pretty solid, which is we're going to make social media moderation, because there are a lot of other social media apps. They have moderations that it could be amazing, but they make too much off of all the posts that are unneeded. So because our company is not for profit, we are making a social media app that we don't need any of that.
Yeah, but how? Means, do you have any kind of a concept in place that you are going to do XYZ different than Facebook or TikTok? Like, you need to have something to very crystal and clear that we are going to implement ABC as compared to our competition. That is how the teenager, your customer, will trust you. That is what I'm trying to say. I don't know whether you guys are at that level or not.
So currently our content engine would focus on two aspects, which is posts and shorts. It's kind of like our TikTok as our shorts. As for actual posts, it would screen through and filter out any foul language, explicit language, and any political statements, for example, or political statements. As for shorts, we'll go through automatically, and it would filter out or delete posts that include anything violent. For example, we had a school shooting challenge. So it would go through that and it would register the audio of that video and the actual content, and filter out and delete any post and warn the user.
Thank you.
Yeah, I might just jump in. So it looks like you're trying to tackle two big issues, right? The number one issue is the business model of, these current social media platforms, which, by the way, other people like on the website, DuckDuckGo is trying to address that, right? By having kind of a web browser that's not driven by revenue, like ad revenue. The second big thing you're trying to do is moderation. I think the moderation side is extremely difficult. I mean, all the big platforms are struggling with it because it's hard to put a standard on it. It's easy to say we just want to make sure it's safe for teens, but in practice, what you think is safe for teens may not be what other teens think is safe for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So moderation is sort of very difficult. I'm wondering if is there a way to just tackle one of the two problems to begin with? So let's say you want to tackle the moderation piece of it. Is there a way to just put up a moderation engine on TikTok, for example, so that, teens or their parents could say, okay, yeah, you can be on TikTok, but you have to go through Connect's, moderation filter. I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if TikTok sort of even allows APIs in to connect to them or not. But that's just kind of my top level thought.
That's actually one of our goals. As I'm not sure it's exactly the way you explained just now, but once we gain traction as an app, and we're hoping that our business model and our moderation will gain traction as well, and we're able to market that as what social media should be and set it as the bar. So, and sell it to other social media apps.
I would love to circle back actually to your business model as a not-for-profit. How are you thinking about revenue sources, and what does that look like for you?
So our revenue sources will come from advertisements. We don't want to sell data because users' data is something important to them, and it should not be sold because it's personal information. So we're going to sell integrated advertisements, and our advertisements will mostly be from companies that we feel are doing good, right? For one of my favorite companies, a company I volunteered with in the past, Cradles to Crayons. I love what they're doing. They're trying to make it so young kids have items and stuff they need. And so I think if we want to get partnership with as many not-for-profit and non-profit companies and have them advertise on our website.
I love how you're syncing the mission. Nonprofits have very lean budgets, right? So you also have to think about, are there other opportunities or revenue sources that might be potential opportunities for you? Because although your missions may align, Cradles for Crayons is amazing, right? They run extremely lean as a nonprofit, and so may not have that much wiggle room to buy large advertisements. So just think through that a little bit. But great job.
Also looking at, thank you. We're also looking at selling rights to our moderation engine as we build that. So we'll give access to maybe the larger companies, or even small social media apps, access to that system. So that would also create another line of profit for us.
All right, I think all of the judges have spoken. So we'll move on to our fourth team today, which will be Eva Mehta. She's here today to pitch Sweet Science. So whenever you're ready, you can unmute and you'll have 5 minutes.
Sure. I'm Eva and I run my business called Sweet Science. We make dessert kit that makes the learning science delicious. There are an increasing number of jobs in science and engineering that make it difficult to fill because kids at a younger age are not as engaged in learning science, especially girls. We believe that children love desserts and that combining science and desserts is a great way to keep children engaged in learning. There are other dessert kits out there on the market, but the problem with those dessert kits is that they don't teach you science, have unclear instructions, and are frustrating to use. Sweet Science reviewed easy to follow instructions, a variety of desserts, and many kits for different grade levels. Our market is very large, considering that $9.5 billion has been spent on STEM toys, and 70 million households buy food products online. Surveys we've conducted indicate that 50% of grade school students and 75% of parents would have an interest in a STEM kit for themselves or for their kids. In addition, many of my customers have shown an interest in this kit, so I believe that there's a strong market demand for this product. A kit would include pre-measured ingredients, kid-friendly instructions, and the Science Inside booklet with online access. We'll also be creating web-based platforms that include an e-commerce site, community hub, online videos, and baking courses. The type of questions we would answer with these kits would be, why do cupcakes rise, or why does frosting whip up? The three types of business models that we would have would be pre-made desserts with science, a one-time kit which you can buy for $35, which would include instructions, pre-measured ingredients, and the science inside, and a subscription model which would have 10 dessert kits, 5 online baking courses, online videos, and support for $300 a year. Since September of 2021, we have sold over $350 in desserts and have more than 20 unique customers. We now want to create kits based on these desserts that I've already tried and have been successful. And 25,000 will allow us to create 500 kits and validate our product and create an online platform. So grab a spoon, have a dessert, and learn something cool while eating it. Thank you so much for your time, and I would be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Sweet Science. That was a great pitch. So once again, the judges will take their time to provide feedback and ask their questions. So whenever you're ready.
Eva, love what you're doing. Great idea, and congrats on already getting revenue. That's always the hardest part, getting those first few paying customers. So few questions. One is, how have you been getting the word out? And then 2, how much does it cost you to make these things, and how much, can you talk a little bit about the numbers behind it?
So far I've been mostly doing word mouth to mouth, and then also I've been putting up posters around my town in general and handing them out to different customers and stuff, which spread the word. And each kit costs around, depending on the kit, it costs around $13 to make. And what was your other question? I didn't hear.
And sorry, how much did you say you're selling these for?
I'm selling it for $35, which includes shipping and handling.
Okay. Eva, nice presentation. Definitely good idea. My question is even follow up with Amrita. Your cost is $13. You're selling it for $35. Now you have few customers. If that volume goes up, who is going to make it, and what is the process? Do you have any process in place where you have some people who will be helping it, or you're doing it in some workshop or somewhere? Do you have any plan for that?
Yeah, we're as soon as we get some funding to be able to do a bigger scale, we're thinking of doing a cloud kitchen or a commercial kitchen which we can use, and then hiring people from there.
Do you have the detailed plan about it, like how much it will cost and whether?
For each kit? Or?
Yeah, once you have a bigger plant or wherever you're going to manufacturing it.
Yeah, probably around $15 or $16 per kit at that point if we're gonna buy a factory.
Thank you.
You have a great job. I love the idea. You mentioned you sold a few. Have you gotten any feedback from those customers? What were their thoughts, their experiences with the product?
I've mostly been doing pre-made desserts, which I bake, and from that I've gotten feedback that says we would love a kit, and it would be my children would love this kit, and since COVID we've been so busy, so this would be amazing.
Yeah, good presentation, Eva. I have 2 daughters, so I think it's hard for them to. I'll be happy to teach them science through dessert. So good stuff.
Yeah, I really love the name. I think I don't know how you came about the name, but I think it expresses what you do, and frankly, the alliteration is nice. So how did you pick your name? I'm curious.
My dad helped me with. He's like really supportive, and so did my mom. We both did that, and that was really cool. So, the name, and it kind of fit it really well.
Got it.
Okay, I think all the judges have expressed their feedback. So now we're going to move on to our final team for this category. So let's welcome Richa Voletti, Ishika Kumar, Vanch Mukim, Aditya Naravane, Dyuti Prashant, Jian Shah, and Arnav Gupta. They are all here today to pitch Planet Robotics. So once again, when you guys are ready, start speaking. You have 5 minutes, and at the end, the judges will ask their questions.
Hi, everyone. Before we begin, we wanted to thank all the judges for volunteering their time out of their Saturday morning. We're super grateful. We wanted to thank Mr. Thomas Arul for donating generously to a team last year who had a nonprofit project. And we also wanted to thank everyone who donated to India when they were running low on oxygen cylinders and essential medicines during the peak of the COVID pandemic. We're ready to begin in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, Sharks. We are a middle school robotics team called Planet Robotics. Do you know that 70% of the goods that we consume are hauled across the country by trucks? In the United States alone, there are 4 million trucks and 3.3 million truck drivers. When we were all doing work and school from home, the trucking industry was hard at work keeping the essentials stocked. Imagine what would happen if we had another toilet paper shortage.
Toilet paper!
Hey, my toilet paper!
While driving on the highway is relatively easy, backing up and docking a truck in a terminal is a completely different game. This is because trucks have 4 large blind spots. This is because they're 2 separate pieces called the semi and the chassis, and they're connected by only one point called the kingpin, which makes it harder to maneuver. Data from OSHA shows that backing up and parking causes the most accidents and property damage, and it can take upwards of 20 minutes for even the most experienced driver to do this. This affects productivity.
While there are a few other solutions in the market for this problem, they lack clarity and ease of use. We are using drones. Droneview is a plug-and-play device that offers an eagle-eye view to the driver and eliminates blind spots. We have built and tested our prototype numerous times, and we are now on our 3rd prototype.
Our program can be set up in just 3 easy steps. Step 1, launch the drone. Step 2, switch it into the driver assist mode. And step 3, maneuver the truck using the Droneview program easily and safely without any blind spots.
Our current prototype costs $380 to make, and our final product with the rugged drone will cost $1,800, and we will sell it at a price point of $2,500, so we can make a profit of $500 with a $200 buffer if there is a supply chain breakdown. We expect the
We expect Droneview to have a shelf life of 5 years. There are 4 million trucks in the US, and even if 1% of them get Droneview, our market size will be $1 billion, and the trucking industry grows 6% every year.
We shared our project with experts and leaders in the trucking industry, and they said an area view definitely has potential. We also shared our project on YouTube and Facebook, and we got over 400 views. We posted our project on the DroneSwag community, and the CEO of DroneSwag himself, Mr. Baldwin, applauded our idea.
We want to sell our product B2B and B2C. Selling our product B2B, we would sell it to insurance companies, truck manufacturers, and trucking companies. Selling our product B2C, we would sell it on a website called Truck ID, which is a website where truckers can buy all things related to trucks. We would now like to present our video.
Share, Coach. Can you share it? Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. Aditya, or say the next line. Just kidding.
You're not able to share it.
It's fine. Can say the next line. Okay.
This is our Droneview project setup. We have a small 7-inch touchscreen connected to a Raspberry Pi 4.
This is our
demonstration.
This is our Tele-EDU drone,
our
and it's
project.
connected to the
Here
Raspberry
we're showing
Pi
the
4
drone and we
using
have a
Wi-Fi.
screen.
Here's the user interface that we have created. On the screen, truck we drivers are will going see to it. have We multiple have buttons which these allow the are a drivers bunch to of maneuver the buttons, drone such as before forward, they back, start the left, driver right, assist mode. up and The down. driver assist mode, After the drone is in the drone will correct actually position, follow the truck truck and drivers give a can live start video the feed assist button, of what it which is will seeing start from above. object tracking or truck following. Here, we have actually tested this over a U-Haul truck, or a U-Haul van, and we are trying to
I just see the audio, no video.
Yeah, no video. Yeah.
It's okay. Just keep going. Just keep going. Anyways.
Oh, sure. No.
Coach. Anyways. So.
This is our Droneview project setup.
Okay,
We have a small 7-inch
Say
touchscreen
it.
connected to a Raspberry Pi 4.
For productivity, let's assume that each truck driver does 12 stops per day, and that each docking takes 10 attempts to dock successfully. This means that we can save 5 minutes if we save half of these attempts, and this means that we can save 260 hours per year per truck using our Droneview program. That's huge. The NHTSA estimates that there are 6,700 damages in a year. Using Droneview, if we're able to save 10% of them, we can reduce the dollar claims by millions.
We are expecting $20 million in profit in only 5 years with just 1% market capture. We are here for $10,000 for 10% equity in Droneview. Thank you.
I'll start in a great presentation. It's very nice to see a team come together. Especially I see boys and girls together working on a trucking concept and a droner. I do a lot of droning. So we couldn't see the video, so my question is, how does it work? So is the drone going to be somewhere on top of the truck, or every time the trucker has to go out and send the drone? How is it going to work?
Can we show the video like now?
Do we have time, Cynthia? I think so.
I
Yeah.
think that should be okay.
Go ahead and show the video.
Coach,
You have to open the video first. Yeah, and then can I do it? No, you have to hit cancel. Can I do it?
With the X.
Good job. Sorry, technically.
There you go.
That's good. Okay.
Droneview project setup. We have a small 7-inch touchscreen connected to a Raspberry Pi 4.
But this is our
Anyway,
This is our Cello EDU drone, and it's connected to the Raspberry Pi 4 using Wi-Fi.
after the drone is in the correct position, the truck drivers can start the assist buttons that we're using. So here we are using our Droneview project to actually back up a U-Haul, and we are streaming a live video feed from the drone camera to the LCD screen inside the cabin. This allows the driver to get different perspective on where they are in respect to where they need to be docking or parking. So true.
Awesome.
So, one other thing is, again, I don't know how practical it is because of the drones, I have all the drones from, past 7 years, but it's very hard, I've done drone from a boat or drone doing bikes, sometimes very hard to control it. So is it going to be programmed for multiple things? Okay, this is where it should be like the operator doesn't do any looking at the phone, just click a button, it has to go up and stay and come down. So is it going to be like that, pre-programmed such a way that there's no...
We're using a programmable drone for our product. So everything is pre-programmed, and our main thing is a driver assist button. So once they click that, the drone will, once we code this, the drone will just follow the truck and show the equalized view.
The driver assist is still in the development phase. So
yeah, we actually have the maneuvering buttons just in case the drone has been moved by the wind, because we have a very lightweight drone, so it's very prone to getting shifted by the wind. So we have the maneuvering buttons so that the driver can move it into the right position before they start the driver assist. So they will not be driving and also maneuvering the drone.
And in the future, using OpenCV, we plan to update the software and make it more easy for the truck driver to control.
Our driver assist uses OpenCV to track the truck while it's parking.
Yeah, so this is actually a market that I know a lot about, though I'm a little out of touch because I used to put computers on trucks back in the 90s. And so I'm curious, you're essentially replacing a truck backup camera. So this would be a retrofit market. I assume new trucks must have backup cameras. Is that true?
No. Cameras do not work with trucks, as Diti explained before, since there are two separate parts. This is where the driver is, and it's really expensive, and it doesn't really work well to put cameras all around the
trailers. Yeah, the trailers. Yeah, I'm a little familiar with that. So that's fine. You answered the question. So really, you're going after kind of a retrofit market where people are substituting for the fact there isn't a backup camera like we have in our cars, because the cars have that way of guiding you. You're not automatically steering the tractor, correct? You're depending on the driver to follow those two lines back. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I think it's going to be really important to understand what your target market is, because if the example you used was, so many stops per day, that only happens with some kind of trucks, right? In the class 8 trucks, it's what's known as the LTL market, the less than truckload market. And those things are a little bit more difficult. Like the U-Haul truck you had was not a tractor and a trailer, right? It was a box truck.
Yes.
Yeah. We actually were not able to get an actual truck to test our second prototype. So we went for a U-Haul so we could still get a similar sense of what it would be like to back up.
But we did go to the Ocean State Job Lot Terminal, and we were able to fly our drones over a real big truck.
Yeah, a semi.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Well, anyways, this is really exciting. I think you guys are onto something. I have an investment in a company that's building a new kind of trailer. They're out in Worcester, and they actually have a couple of semis. So maybe we can even see if they might be willing to work with you guys.
That'd be so great.
That'd be amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We'll look into that. Yeah.
I just want, oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Kim.
Thank you. I just want to commend you guys. Technical hiccups happen. I just want to commend you on being able to push through and finish your presentation strong. You guys did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Santosh, here definitely a good concept. What I like about this project is you are really in touch with the decision makers. You're working with Ocean Job Lot. You're working with the trucking group. They are advising you and all. And that is very important at the early stage of the project. And you guys are doing that. There is still a lot to do and still a lot of testing needs to be done. But have you thought about now, once you mature the product and you start launching it and it's feasible, if any kind of because you are using the equipment which is based on the wind and all those stuff. So if anything goes wrong, how you guys are basically protect your company with any kind of a lawsuit or anything going on wrong. So do you have any kind of a planning towards that?
We have not thought about that yet, but thank you. We will look into that.
Because once it goes to the market, you don't know what will be the, maybe we always think about the success, but there could be hiccups also. And you guys need to think about that. You need to have a process in place. You need to protect yourself so that your product doesn't go south. Thank you, but it's a good job and a good team, good spirit.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great job, guys. I think you did a wonderful job on the presentation. And it's definitely a huge problem. And I think you guys are onto something. Just curious, how did you guys decide to work on this problem? And would love to understand a little bit more about the beginnings of this.
Who wants to explain? So at the start, we saw this video of a truck backing up, and we thought that it was way harder than we ever thought it would be. And we were looking into drones at the time for ships because we're also an FLL team. And this season's theme was Cargo Connect. And so we were looking to ships for how hard they were to maneuver. And we thought drones could help in the trucking space as well.
Great.
Yeah, one last thing is that I like the way you showed the props also, because, for me, I just thought, oh man, this should be easy because my car has all the 4 cameras and, I can have a aerial view of where is parking lot, so the lines. So then the props really help to understand that. In a truck, you need, it's very hard because there's so much stuff in the back. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It sort of just, it occurred to me that what you see quite often, it's a 2-person job, right? If you come into urban areas and see these trucks backing, there's usually somebody outside kind of in the mirror directing the driver. And so that could be an interesting way to bring this to market is show this as a 1-person job, not as a 2-person job, backing the truck.
Yeah, that person who helps the driver maneuver is called a spotter. But often there are accidents because there are huge blind spots on the truck. And sometimes the spotter could be injured seriously. So we thought making this a 1-person job, it would be safer.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I think that's it from the judges. So great job, Planet Robotics. Thank you for your pitch. That actually
Thank you for your guidance.
Yeah, thank you. So that actually concludes the pitches for this category. So at this time, the judges will enter a separate breakout room to discuss the teams and decide on winners and prizes. As they deliberate, we have some amazing pitches from our elementary school entrepreneurs to share. So these students participated in the Teeny Tiny Sharks competition that was held 2 weeks ago, if any of you watched that. I helped host this event and had the privilege of seeing these amazing young children like you pitch their ideas, and their enthusiasm is just absolutely infectious. So I hope you enjoy these as much as I do. And I think we can all draw inspiration from their I guess, pure and unbridled passion. It's really great to see.
Nilesh, how to take out ego? Nilesh.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Leanne Sony. I come from Andover, Massachusetts. I'm 6 years old and I'm in kindergarten. Sharks, have you ever noticed that your kids' clothes are from cartoon characters from head to toe? But why are the clothes so boring? But not anymore, because I created these gloss stickies. You can read from the top, and I created these gloss stickies to stick to any gloss. These gloss stickies are super easy to take off. You just take this out and just put it to any gloss you want. Then the same with the Grinch, Mr. Grinch gloss stickies. So these gloss stickies are big, right? But these ones are small. It can touch any size of gloves too. That's why I created my product. So who's ready to make gloves fun for kids in my product? Thank you so much, everyone.
Everybody, my name is Sid, and I'm going to be talking about a topic which is gummies. COVID gummies, to be exactly. No, I'm not going to give you COVID. No. Why would I ever give you COVID? COVID vaccine medicine gummies. So, you might be thinking, what do you mean by COVID medicine gummies? I mean that COVID medicine gummies that will protect you from COVID. You want to know the advantages? There are tons. I'll talk about 3. 1, it's very convenient. Kids will be like, oh, there it is, the legendary gummy. They'll sure love it. And the parents, we're just gonna sit down and relax without anything happening. Next of all, it's easy for kids to eat. So it's gonna be juicy and everything. So this is why I really love how this gummy's future, how the COVID medicine gummy's future is sure gonna come true. See you!
Hello, Sharks. My name is Dashida, and I'm in 3rd grade. And my idea is called Colorful Cool Jars, which is a game which we can play on an Android or iOS device. So now let me explain the instructions to play the game. So basically, we have 10 jars, each filled with colorful sand filled in them. And the colorful sand is made up of 3 layers. So what we have to do is make that jar one color only. And you might be wondering, what does she mean by one color only? Do you do one layer? What is it? So now let me explain it to you then. So if we have a jar which is made up of the colors red, green, and yellow, what we have to do is if we want to make that jar yellow only, then we have to somehow get the colors which we need and remove the colors which we don't want. So first we have to remove the colors red and green and put them in other jars. And then we have to get the color yellow from other jars and put that in the jar which we want to make yellow. And then we make that jar yellow. So we have to do this for all the jars. This is what my game is about, and anyone can play it. Bye, and thank you for the opportunity. Hello everyone, my name is Shreya and I'm in 3rd grade. My invention will really help people who are anxious to get any kind of swab test. So my idea is a 1 non-swab oral rinse solution to detect flu, strep, or COVID with immediate results. There are easily over millions of tests for being done for each 3 of these. There are a lot of kids and adults who get very tensed to get a throat swab or a nasal swab. When I was younger, I was very, very scared of swab test. My vision is to develop a low-cost mouth rinse solution to detect flu, strep, or COVID with just 1 test. This test would be easily accessible for the community and can be done all over the world at any location. This test would be like one would gargle and spit back into the test cup, which has a test strip to indicate the results immediately. Would you prefer this or this gargle solution? Thank you for listening, and I would love to bring my invention forward.
Hello everyone, my name is Meha and I'm in 4th grade. My invention will truly save many lives. A 24/7 epilepsy home monitoring ability for all children and adults. The unknown unknowns are really scary. This invention will make the unknowns go away. 3.5 million patients in America alone. You may ask me, what is epilepsy? Well, epilepsy is a brain condition that causes a child or adult to have seizures. Well, how do seizures occur? A seizure occurs when one or more part of the brain has a burst of abnormal electrical signals. How and what I would like to see as part of my invention. 1. A low-cost monitoring device that can alert EMS, Epimon, and 2. A device that can monitor breathing problem and changes in heart rate. I hope you all will support my idea, and thank you all for listening.
Hello Sharks, good evening. I'm holding a winter wonderland in a small jar. The brand is called Hope Jar. Well, let me tell you first why we started this project. The holiday season is so special. All kids look forward to that wonderful time of the year. But unfortunately, not every kid gets to celebrate it the same way. So, me and my brother Aditya wanted to do something as little as we can to help the kids in need. And we started making these hope jars as beautiful Christmas ornaments as a way to give hope and spread holiday smiles to all those kids in need. We created the spirit of holidays in this small jar. They're very easy to make by adding snowflakes, leaves, sparkles, holiday colors inside the jar. And you can hang them as ornaments on the tree or use them as decoration on tables. Put some lights inside them, or they even make a wonderful gift. We started selling each of these for $5, and then we opened a GoFundMe campaign to sell the jars. We sold them in local craft fairs, a social media campaign, and just within 3 weeks, we were able to sell more than 270 ornaments, raising $2,300. And we were able to spread the holiday cheer using the funds at many shelters and donate to local and global organizations supporting kids. You might be wondering, Sharks, that's great, but now Christmas is done. How can we sell? Well, we will continue the theme. And for example, as Valentine's Day is coming up, our hope jars will be filled with hearts and red ribbons. This is just the beginning of your hope jars, and we'll keep the momentum going. And looking forward to your support. You also might be wondering, what's in it for you, Sharks, if you invest? Well, you're investing in our future, in making this world a better place for us all. And it's a big win situation. Little things can make a big difference. And this shows the power of us all coming together to bring a positive impact. So Sharks, are you ready to join hands with our hope jars to help kids in need and make this world a better place?
So good luck, everyone. So we will wait for the judges.
Hi, hello teams. Our judges are still deliberating. Your products are such a great products. I think they are having hard time coming up with their judgment. So just hang on there for a minute or two. All right, we'll be right back.
I saw a message from Planet Robotics. So yeah, you have some question for Amicus or you would like to talk to them? Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hi.
We really like your
Project.
and
Thank you.
We're an FLL team too, so we're happy that there's someone here too.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you guys.
We loved your rap.
Thank you.
Your idea is really cool.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's been your favorite FLL seasons so far?
Yeah. I would say Into Orbit. That was my first competing year, and yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, same for us.
Same.
Into Orbit was great.
Yeah.
I think everyone's first year is the most fun year.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been doing FLL for?
We started in Into Orbit as well.
Into Orbit.
Cool.
So that was your first year?
Yeah, that was our first year.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Amicus, we would like to ask, how many people are in your team right now?
Just 5.
Oh,
5 of us here.
And how did you get the idea for your project? Like, what sparked your idea?
Well, as we said before, we did a lot of brainstorming in the beginning, and we found our problem first. And after that, we just had a ton of random ideas and narrowed it down based on feasibility, innovation, and impact. Yeah.
Nice. See, cool.
So I think all judges are back. Yeah.
Hello, Nilesh, we are back.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I'm not sure if all the judges are back. Please take a review.
Think so.
Yeah, I think we're back.
I think everyone back. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So thank you so much for all of you who joined us here for this competition. What a great way, what an enthusiasm we have seen from each and one of you. This was a great way to start this Saturday. You have shown the tremendous efforts in preparing for these competitions and presenting. A big round of applause for all of you. You are all are winners in our mind. And you know, the array of the products that you have presented here, from the sweet cupcakes to solving the problems of the supply chain, the hygiene products to, you know, taking on the challenge of social responsibility and making our teens safe. Just amazing products that we have seen here. And thank you, all of you, for all that. Thank you for preparing for this competition and taking that first step, coming in this arena and taking the role to present your ideas to our sharks. Hope our sharks were not too scary. I'll now pass it on to Cynthia, who will be announcing our winners in the high school category, and then I will announce the winners in the middle school category. So Cynthia, to you.
Okay, thank you. I just want to echo that amazing job to all of the teams that participated today. I was taken away by all of the compelling presentations, your demonstrations, your ideas, your passion. It was just truly amazing. I loved watching it, and I'm sure everyone here can attest to that as well. So in the high school category, we wanted to announce some winners. So in first place, we have Period Talk. You will be receiving a prize from IAGB, as well as from the TYE program, a discount on tuition. So amazing job with your presentation. Next up, we also have a prize for Wheelies. You will be receiving a $100 cash prize. And then for Burfie Bar as well, you will also be receiving a $100 cash prize. So amazing job to all of the teams. And I think we're ready to move on to the middle school category.
All right. Thank you, Cynthia. So all of you participants out there, your products, your pitches were so amazing. Judges, you saw how much time judges took in the deliberation room to come up with the first and the second prize winners. Previously, we had decided to announce only the first and the second prize place winners, but judges just could not hold back, and they are so gracious. They have added more money from their own pockets to give you some seed funding to take your ideas forward. We have also great prizes from Thai Boston, who is really on your junior entrepreneurs, partners, educators, and trying to groom all of you to take that next step forward. So we have great prizes from them too. Without further ado, let me announce the runner-up in the middle school category. Amicus, we loved your idea, though it's you are trying to tackle a problem, you are trying to create a neighborhood solution for a big problem. So thank you for that. You are the second place winner. You get $200 cash prize to take your venture forward. And our first place winner in the middle school category is Planet Robotics. You get $300 prize from our judges and from our sponsors. BMW of Sudbury, Pranav Gilji has sponsored that prize. And Sweet Science, everybody loved your product. So we are offering you $100 cash prize. Ishan, for your craft project, same thing. We would love to see more craft out there and the craft kits. We are offering $100 cash prize to you. Team Connect, thank you for taking on the huge problem with the teen safety on the social media or social sites. So we will give you $100 prize to take your product forward. And Art Lab, we loved your product too. So $100 from judges, and judges would like to sponsor that prize. So thank you so much for all your pitches. They were lovely, they were great, innovative, and energetic. And congratulations to all of the winners. Judges, would you like to add a few things here?
Yeah, thank you. Quickly, thank you. This is my third year here. I know we conceptualized this 3 years back, and I'm part of Thai Angels. I see a lot of investor pitches, and we want to do this for kids. It's the experience that matters, and each and every time you come before and pitch an idea, and you are all going to be fantastic entrepreneurs in the future. And what I'm amazed is that every year the quality of the people as well as the pitches are getting better and better. It took us a lot of time to come with a decision. Congrats each and every one of you. You are all a winner. You have fantastic career ahead of you. Thank you very much for participating and being part of this journey.
Okay, Santosh here. This is my first time in Shark Tank in IAGB. I have really enjoyed it very much. I see a lot of talent in the community, and I also see the amount of hard work each and every participant and the team does. That is definitely helping them out to proofread their project, try to revisit the concept, and just keep doing this thing over and over again. And once you repeat those tasks again and again, you will be better. And down the line, you will be successful entrepreneurs. So keep the spirit and be focused on your objective and the mission. Best of luck to everyone. Thank you.
Katie, would you like to announce the prizes that Thai has offered?
Oh, absolutely. And congratulations to everyone. Fantastic pitches. I hope you will see you at future events. And if you are wanting to continue your entrepreneurial journey, come check out TYE, the Thai Young Entrepreneurs Program. We have some exciting news, which is associated with these prizes. For our first place high school, we are offering $250 merit scholarships to everyone on the first place team to come join us for our 6-month entrepreneurship boot camp, which runs from October through May. And then for our middle school students this year, we're very excited to announce that we are launching a summer intensive. So for all of our middle school students from Planet Robotics, we're offering $100 merit scholarships to all of you to come join us for a week-long summer intensive with the TYE team. We hope you'll join us, and we'll follow up with more information. And huge thanks to IAGB. This is such a lovely event. We're so honored to partner with you all. Congratulations to all the teams.
Thank you, Katie. I will again go ahead. Vinnie.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, thanks to IAGB. It's the second year I've been doing this, and love hanging out with these judges. I know them all very well, and you know, I think the TYE program is a great partner with IAGB, and hopefully that will continue in the future.
And I just wanted to say this was absolutely amazing. This is my first time participating as a judge. Very inspired by all of you guys and very excited for your entrepreneurial journeys ahead. Entrepreneurship's hard. There will be a lot of things that will come your way. There'll be a lot of highs and lows. It's very much a roller coaster ride, but my biggest advice is continue pushing through, continue asking for help, never be shy to ask for help or ask for advice. And people, we want you all to succeed. So we are here for you and wish you the very best of luck.
Yeah, one last thing for the Planet team. I have a drone I like to give to you guys, DJI, I think it's a Pro. It's in the box. I haven't used it, so I'll be happy to gift it to you guys.
Thank you so much.
That's our dream drone.
All right.
So I have a hangar with almost 10 drones, so at least I'll be happy to donate one of them. Thank you.
Again, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you. I know, Thomas, this is third year doing the doing this Junior Shark Tank with you. So thank you so much for staying with us and being the force behind this competition. Thank you so much, Ty and Katie Quigley-Miller. We love working with you, love your ideas, and love how you are trying to bring that entrepreneurial spirit to middle schoolers and to the high schoolers. Vinnie, thank you for joining us. Thank you for giving us this morning almost 2.5 hours. So thank you so much for being with us second year in a row. Santosh, our newly recruit, and our EC director, thank you so much for your time. And Amrita, thank you so much. Since I have watched your journey all along and always wanted you to be on the panel. So thank you for agreeing to that. And thank you for joining early morning, your time. Appreciate all the help you have offered. All right, back to you, Santosh.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank Nilesh. I came first thing in the morning. Nilesh was there to test the audio, video, and all the logistic behind it. I would like to thank Cynthia, she's working with me for last 2 to 3 weeks. And we were trying to go back and forth on few logistic items. Thanks, Vaishali, for your leadership. You're being basically amazing, trying to make sure that everything is delivered on time and very concise and the quality product. I really enjoy working with all the judges, learning a lot. I learned a lot in last 2.5 hours with the participant. I'm ready to help any participant if they have any kind of questions or a guidance needed with proper homework done at their end. I'm ready to help. If you bring a questions and whatever the experience we all judges have, we will give it, but the proper homework should be done at your end. So we will definitely help you out. And again, I have enjoyed it. And thanks IAGB for arranging this every year and taking us, like all the judges are coming again and again, like Thomas is coming 3 years, KD is coming. So that shows that we are delivering something which is required for the community. So keep it up. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.